Oh my gosh! Ah, it fell apart.
Baby, come here.
No.
Oh, baby, you gotta fish it out.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be making non-dairy deep fried mac and cheese balls. I know, real nutrient dense, but this stuff is bomb. So you'll start out with filling up your pot with 16 cups of water. Why does it sound like someone is peeing? Anyway, crank up the heat to a boil. Please excuse the messy kitchen. Now, you'll want to salt your water. I know some of y'all are like, duh, Soul, who doesn't salt their pasta water? You know what? It's been almost 28 years and I just barely started salting my pasta water, okay? So just don't, okay? Don't skip on the salt. I added about 1 teaspoon and that seemed to do the trick, but add however much you want and then give it a try. If your pasta water doesn't taste like your salty depressed tears, you didn't add enough. You want it to taste like you just took a sip of the ocean, okay? While the water is heating up, get your pasta ready. This pasta is the star of the show, and as you can see, it looks like any other mac and cheese box, but this stuff is made with all whole foods, which is always a plus. You can order yours on plantx.com and use my code PlantXSoul to help save some money. Now that the water is boiling, you'll want to add your pasta and give that a good mix so that the pasta doesn't all clump up together into a giant blob. You'll want to keep it at a boil for about 7 to 8 minutes so that it's al dente. Also, a trick that I learned is that if it's about to overflow like here, you just take some ice and you pour it in, or you drop it in, I guess, and that prevents it from spilling over, so you're welcome. So once that's done, drain the pasta. Another tip, rather than straining the pasta into a strainer, use the strainer to keep the pasta from being poured down the drain. I just think that it's a bit easier that way, because then you're not, pouring the nudes everywhere. So all right, so now that those are dry, you'll want to add some butter and the little cheese packet that came in the box and give that a good mix. So yeah, you'll also want to add some milk. You can also add some cheddar or some cream cheese at that point. However, I didn't have those on hand, plus not to mention your girl is broke, so we went without. Then pour the mac and cheese in a bowl, cover and place in the fridge for about an hour or so that it can cool. So here's a few hours later. My mac and cheese was a little drier than I wanted, so I just added some mayo to bring it back to life. You can also add some butter or some cream cheese. Basically, you just want to add some fat to get it creamy again. Now, depending on whether you used cheese or cream cheese back when it was still hot, you may not need to do this. Then you're going to take your ice cream scoop or your hands and make little balls and place them on a baking tray. You'll want to freeze these for about 30 minutes so that they can... For the coating, we will use simply eggless and panko breadcrumbs. You can use anything you have on hand. For the egg, I've also used milk and some flour as an egg substitute, and that works really well. But I had some of this stuff sent to me, so I figured I'd use it. So you'll just take a ball, dip it in the egg, then the panko, and once they're all done, place them back in the freezer for another 30 minutes. I know it's taking so long to make these, but I promise you they're so good and they're worth it. Now you'll want to get some oil in a pot and bring it up to a medium heat. You'll know it's ready when you drop a small crumb and it starts sizzling, like the smoking hot sizzling fajita that you are. Then just dump your mac and cheese babies into the oil until they're nice and golden brown. These are so delicious and crunchy. If you're nervous, I say just go for it. I mean, to be honest, they're not that hard to make, and let's be honest, anything that's deep fried and dunked in ketchup is going to be delicious. So that's it. If you liked this video, please smash the like button, subscribe, and follow me on my socials for more. Okay.